Everyone feels sad sometimes, but what happens when that sadness doesn't go away? When it lingers for weeks, draining your energy, motivation, and joy in things you used to love? That's when sadness turns into something deeper: depression. And while it feels emotional, depression is also biological. It changes the way your brain functions, how your hormones behave, and how you see the world. Today, on Atom of Curiosity, we'll explore the fascinating science of sadness and what really happens inside your brain when you're depressed. But before we dive in, if this is your first time seeing this channel, you are welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss a thing while we grow together. Let's continue. Your mood is controlled by a complex network of chemicals and electrical signals in the brain. Three key messengers play the starring roles: serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. Serotonin helps regulate mood, sleep, and appetite. Dopamine is the brain's reward chemical. It's what makes you feel pleasure and motivation. Norepinephrine helps control alertness and focus. When these chemicals are in balance, you feel emotionally stable and energized. But when something disrupts that balance, like chronic stress, trauma, or even genetics, the system can break down. And that's when depression begins to form. In a brain affected by depression, communication between certain regions becomes weaker. Scientists have identified three key areas most affected. 1. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making and planning, becomes less active, making it harder to focus or feel motivated. 2. The amygdala, which processes emotions like fear and sadness, becomes overactive, amplifying negative feelings. 3. The hippocampus, crucial for memory and emotional regulation, actually shrinks over time during chronic depression due to high levels of stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol is your body's alarm system, great for emergencies, but harmful when it's constantly triggered. Too much of it disrupts sleep, appetite, and even weakens your immune system. So, depression isn't all in your head. It's a measurable biological condition that affects the brain's structure and chemistry. Not everyone experiences depression the same way, and there's a reason for that. Each person's brain chemistry is unique. Some might feel mostly tired and numb, while others feel restless and anxious. Genetics also play a big role. If a close family member has struggled with depression, your brain might be more sensitive to chemical imbalances. Then there's environment. Lack of sunlight, poor diet, social isolation, or long-term stress can all lower serotonin and dopamine levels. In short, depression is caused by a mix of biology, environment, and experience. The good news is the brain is incredibly adaptable, a concept called neuroplasticity. With the right support, therapy, medication, exercise, or lifestyle changes, the brain can form new, healthy connections and restore chemical balance. Exercise increases dopamine and serotonin. Sunlight boosts vitamin D and helps regulate mood. Sleep restores balance to your hormones. And talking to others activates brain areas linked to safety and connection. Recovery isn't instant, but the brain can and does heal. So the next time someone says depression is just in your head, remember, it's much more than that. It's a physical, chemical, and emotional storm happening inside the most complex organ in your body. But like all storms, it passes, and with time, care, and understanding, the brain finds its balance again. Feed your curiosity, not your sadness. Subscribe to Atom of Curiosity, where science meets the mind.